announced today following the arrest of Sean Diddy Combs in New York City.
Platinum-selling rapper Meek Mill.
Like a weirdo, on point like an arrow.
Meek Mill.
Meek Mill.
Meek Mill.
Jim, shooting like Harden if your hand was the rim.
So, it looks like Meek Mill is done trying to dodge all the internet chatter about his connection to Diddy. Yep, you heard it right. Meek just admitted that he's attended Diddy's infamous freak-off parties, and he's not holding back. In fact, he's straight up spilling the tea on other big-name celebrities that he saw at those events. And he's even hinting that he's got some receipts to back up his claims. Meek is breaking his silence and pointing fingers to save his own skin, giving us an inside look at some of the wildest rumors we've heard about Hollywood. The list of celebrities Meek brought up? Shocking, to say the least. It's like a who's who of the entertainment world. And he didn't hesitate to dish out all the juicy details.
Downs of one of the most prominent producers in hip-hop history.
But before we dive into that, let's talk about why Meek has been fighting a losing battle with the internet ever since Lil Rod's lawsuit dropped, exposing him as Diddy's boy toy. People haven't let him forget it, and it seems like Meek finally had enough. Meek tried to fight back at first, taking to Twitter with a whole series of rants aimed at his haters. He tweeted, "I'm from Philly. I don't do nose candy or freaky molly. Nobody won't ever offer me that because I'm that heavy. No man or woman will ever approach me about gay activity, and the whole place don't get flipped." He kept going, claiming he's always got his real friends around him and would never be caught alone with anyone from the industry. But what really caught people's attention was when he said, "When I got a girl around me, I'm messing with her twice a day. Ask some of your favorites. P don't control me." Meek also took a moment to throw in a shout-out to the LGBTQ+ community, saying he has love for them, but emphasized that it's not his scene. Then, Diddy got arrested, and the internet was quick to remind Meek about his supposed connection to Diddy. Fans were saying his sugar daddy was going to jail, and Meek was not having it. He fired back, claiming people were trying to tear down powerful black men, saying, "My voice so powerful as a black man from the ghetto worldwide, they want it gone." He tried to paint himself as a victim of bots and campaigns designed to take him down. However, once reports surfaced that Diddy was in so much trouble that he was denied bail,
an ironclad case. Not only that, they had to get a federal judge to sign off on the search warrant.
It seems like the fear finally got to Meek. He decided to switch gears and start naming other celebrities who were at these freak-off parties, hoping to take the heat off himself. After all, Meek has been to jail before, and he's definitely not trying to go back.
And I don't want to take nothing from him, like I'm in an interview and just make it about, but a guy that didn't really achieve.
Now, we all know about some of the big names that have been rumored to attend Diddy's parties. Jay-Z, Beyonce, Usher, the usual suspects. But Meek didn't stop there. One of the first names he dropped? Mary J. Blige. Yep, that Mary J. Blige. And let's just say, people were shocked. Why Mary J. Blige? Well, her history with Diddy goes way back. In fact, Diddy was the mastermind behind some of her biggest early hits, including her debut album, What's the 411? Their friendship spanned decades, starting in the early 90s, with Diddy even calling her one of the greatest storytellers in R&B history. But things weren't always smooth between them. In the late 90s and early 2000s, Mary and Diddy had a major falling out. Mary admitted later that the drama was all on her, blaming her behavior and struggles with addiction at the time. She said she was a hot mess, and that any smart business person would have distanced themselves from her. Diddy eventually forgave her, and they patched things up. But now, Meek claims Mary was right there beside Diddy at these freak-off parties. Mary has been doing her best to distance herself from Diddy ever since his legal troubles started piling up. She even posted a cryptic message on Instagram saying, "Unfortunately, a lot of y'all met me when I lacked boundaries and was a people pleaser. Let me reintroduce myself. I burn bridges as needed." It seemed like a not-so-subtle message to Diddy, and people were quick to pick up on it. But that's not the wildest part. Meek hinted that Mary might have gotten involved in some very questionable activities at these parties. Allegedly, Diddy pressured Mary into some pretty disturbing situations, and there are rumors that Diddy was even violent with her at times. Some reports claim that Diddy got her pregnant, but pressured her to terminate it because he didn't want a baby with her. Mary hinted in a few interviews that she had gone through trauma that made her decide never to have kids, saying, "I don't want to have to tend to someone all the time." Could that be a reference to what happened between her and Diddy? It's unclear, but the rumors are flying. Then there's the story about Mary J. Blige's controversial relationship with singer Danny Boy, who was only 16 when they started seeing each other. He recently opened up about their relationship, claiming that Mary pursued him after the Source Awards in 1995. He said they got intimate after she invited him back to her room, despite the significant age difference. Danny Boy went on to say that their relationship turned into a full-blown affair, with Mary flying him out to New York to see her. He even said that while Mary was seeing him, she was also involved with Tupac at the same time. If true, it just adds another layer of complexity to her already tangled history. Another name that Meek brought up was Rick Ross. Now, this one really caught people off guard. There have been whispers about Rick Ross and Diddy for years, but nothing ever seemed to stick. That is, until a man who claimed to be one of Diddy's Freakoff partners spilled some major tea during a police interrogation. He claimed that Diddy and Rick Ross had been involved in an affair, and he even mentioned DJ Khaled as part of the same circle. The idea that Rick Ross, who's always kept his private life under wraps, was part of Diddy's wild parties has definitely raised some eyebrows. Rick Ross's baby mama, Tia Kemp, has been trying to expose his connection to Diddy for a while now, but not many people took her seriously. She's known for dragging Ross on social media, so people chalked it up to her just being bitter. But recently, she's been doubling down on her claims, even going as far as to say that Rick Ross was getting his cheeks clapped by Diddy. With all these names being dragged into the drama, it's clear that Meek Mill is trying to protect himself. The question now is, how many more celebrities are going to get exposed before this whole thing blows over? Diddy's legal troubles are far from over, and as the investigation continues, we might see even more shocking revelations come to light. What's interesting is how quickly people are distancing themselves from Diddy. Celebrities who were once his closest friends are now doing everything they can to avoid being associated with him. It's like watching a house of cards slowly fall apart, and Meek Mill might just be the one who gave the first push. So, what do you think about all this? Do you believe Meek Mill's claims, or is he just trying to save himself from getting dragged into Diddy's mess? One thing's for sure, the world of celebrity scandals just keeps getting wilder.
As we proceed to give you